Yo, what's good people? So I have another absolute banger here. Rank 4 Massacre. I think people have forgotten how truly insane this champion is. Now don't get me wrong, Stark Spidey is better. He's more versatile. But my god, Massacre is slept on. I have not seen a single person use this guy in about a year. And I can't figure out why, because that was a 22-second Spider-Woman kill. Now, Starky is better. Starky is definitely the better choice to take out of the Karina's challenges. However, Awakening Gems are a lot more common nowadays. So nowadays, I do think you're better off going with one Starky, one Massacre. But back then, Starky was definitely the right call. And I think because not many people picked Massacre, that people have just forgotten how good he is for Battlegrounds. When 6 stars were the meta, so many people were using this guy in a Battlegrounds beta, and for a very good reason, bro. Any fight he can do, he finishes in under 40 seconds, including Nick Fury. That wasn't under 40, but 41 seconds for a bald guy with 2 lives is insane. That's faster than Penny. That's faster than Crossbones. That's literally as good as Danny Moonstar. And now we have a Jean Grey, class disadvantage, but do you think Massacre cares, bro? And I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong before you all come at me in the comments. It's Massacre. I don't care, okay? Mispronouncing stuff is literally part of the Trap MCOC experience. Well, the Trap MC now. But you get the idea. That Special 2 did like 300k. And Jean Grey is just dead in 30 seconds, which would be almost 52k points in BGs. And now we have a Mr. Sinister, again class disadvantage and a huge amount of regen. But why not, bro? Massacre just nukes this as well. Now, unfortunately, he can't quite nuke this in a single Special 2. Oh my god, such a awful champion. But 2 Special 2s easily KOs this guy, and keep in mind Massacre has increased combat power rate. I think it's by 35%, so he's able to get to his Special 2s a lot faster than other champions. I just can't believe that no one has talked about this guy. No one's even made a video on this guy. He's just been forgotten about, and like, that's crazy for how insane he truly is. Honestly, this video made me like really think about if he was the better pick over Starky, because he is insane. I don't think he was, but my god, he's so good. Nowadays with the Karina challenges, I would say you're better off picking Massacre and Starky, because Awakening Gems are far more common. But back then it was definitely the right call to pick double Starky, and I think most people did due to my video. It was actually one of the first videos I made why you should pick double Starky from the Karina selector, and I think that's why many people picked him over Massacre. Believe it or not, people were sleeping on Starky as well before he came out as a 7-star, which is pretty insane to think about. And now it's the other way around, because Massacre was the way more popular champ and people were sleeping on Starky. But now Starky is like exponentially more popular and people are sleeping on Massacre. Pretty much every single fight in this video is like 40 seconds, apart from Onslaught. Yes, he can do Onslaught. Despite him having Incinerates and being a skill champion, he can do Onslaught. It's not fast, but he can do it, bro, and he should not be able to. Now we have a Killmonger, because why not? Now you think Massacre would be terrible for Killmonger, right? He crits a lot and he has a ton of debuffs to feed into Killmonger's reverberation, so he gains a ton of power. But nuh-uh, bro, because Massacre has a pretty goddamn strong ability accuracy reduction of the special one with his Disaurion. I can't remember the exact percent, I think it's like 55%. So that Disaurion can stop Killmonger from gaining power, it can stop the reverberation damage, it can even stop his indestructible charges. And he's almost dead, because why not? How fast was that? That was 43 seconds, bro. And now we have an Eco. Again, he's not poison immune, but he doesn't care, bro. He's actually insane. We need to get another way to obtain this character, because like after making this video, I want one so bad, bro. I need me a 7-star Massacre. I would rank for him almost instantly. Yes, we did push her to a special 3 there, but keep in mind, in these fights, I actually get my striker a bit slower than I would in an actual Battlegrounds match. So if this was an actual Battlegrounds match, I'd be able to use my striker beforehand and get in that last 3%, which didn't quite finish her off there. So she would be dead. She would be dead, bro. Trust me. And now we have an Enchantress who is kind of fallen off, but she can still be annoying, especially if you get bad RNG. But like, not against Massacre, because again, she's just dead. 300k special 2, and you get to your special 2 so much faster with Massacre than other champions. Now we have a Rintra, and again, the ability accuracy reduction, which Massacre has, comes into play, because that can stop Rintra from gaining charges, so you don't have to knock this guy down quite as often. But even if you do knock this guy down, like, Massacre's heavy attack is actually pretty good. It can apply incinerates faster than your basic attacks, especially if you're able to spam it in the corner like I do here. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to spam this in the corner even in a Battlegrounds match with Stand Your Ground, because like it's got so many hits in it, it's unlikely that they'll resist every single hit. And that special 2 just completely wipes him out. How fast was that? 41 seconds. And now we have a Deathless Thanos. Another match which he should be terrible for, because the one thing you want to do with Massacre, bro, is hit into the opponent's block. And that's like the one thing Thanos hates. Now you do need to go around this match in a very particular way. What you need to do is you need to get Thanos to 50% health with your basic attacks and your special 1, and then you want to throw your special 2 when he gets to 50%. I'll explain why in a minute. You do have to be careful with the counterpunch charges, so don't be too aggressive, bro. But like, yeah, can we get another way to obtain Massacre? I don't give a single fuck about Spidey 99. Throw him in the bin, mate. Keep him irrelevant. No one likes him, and for good reason. His damage is ass. If Karate Mike, if you're watching this, bro, Spidey 99 is ass, okay? I don't care what you say. He's a bad champion. Like, Red Guardian took away the one good thing he had, which was buff immunity. But yeah, when Thanos gets to 50% health, you want to throw your special 2, and that will take him to about 30%, and then since the second hit of the special 2 is a single hit, you'll just bypass the last protection. It's not even because of the ability accuracy reduction, you'll just bypass it because it's a single hit. And so yeah, he can take Deathless Thanos just fine. He can also take Serpent, bro, because why not? Ability accuracy reduction again. So yeah, that just turns off his immortality. Now keep in mind, this is not like guaranteed, so like don't go into a Serpent match thinking, oh yes, this is going to be easy, this is going to be fun. No, Serpent is still stupid, and he has increased ability accuracy on that death immunity as well. So like, this is far from guaranteed. But when Massacre uses his special 2, he also decreases the opponent's ability accuracy by, I believe it's 50%, and that shut off Serpent's death immunity there, which is very baller. And if you went for your special 1, it'd be a even higher chance to shut off the immortality. Not guaranteed still, because Serpent is dumb and has a 125% chance to activate said death immunity, because haha, fuck you. But yeah, he's a decent counter for him. And that was a Weapon X in 26 seconds. Okay, now here's the Onslaught match, bro. Literally, Massacre has no business doing this. He shouldn't be able to do this. You should hate the fact he can do this. And whilst this matchup is a lot slower than every single other matchup in this video, it's still not even that slow, bro. Skill champion should not be nuking this guy. The only other skill champion which is a good counter to Onslaught is Crossbones. And honestly, this video is like making me think Massacre is just as good as Crossbones. But yeah, Darth Ghost, if you remember him, the person who went the first Battle Realm Brawl, with me, and he was actually the one who got me into Massacre. He was insane with him, bro. So if he's watching this video, yo Ghost, you were right. He is insane, still insane. I don't get why people aren't talking about him, aren't using him. So yeah, one more special 2, and this guy is done for basically. He is dead, thrown in the bin. Even without the incinerates, that special 2 still does like 200k. If you're wondering, each incinerate on the opponent does actually decrease their block proficiency with Massacre. So that actually makes the special 2 hit harder for each incinerate you have on the opponent, which is a little known fact about Massacre. Most people don't clock that. The incinerates do actually increase the special 2 damage. Okay, now Red Skull here, I wouldn't recommend doing this fight because Red Skull has a lot of critical resistance. So you need like good RNG at the start of the match to build up your inflamed charges, whatever the hell they're called, the bat charges, which lets you start incinerating things. You need to get good crit RNG because obviously you can't hit Red Skull's block to gain them because otherwise you'll take damage. So yeah, that fight is basically just crit RNG at the start of the match. If you don't get good crit RNG, you're not gonna ignite your bat, you're not gonna have incinerates, and you're probably gonna die. But Sentinel on the other hand, he's great for, even though Sentinel also has a ton of critical resistance, you can just hit his block to gain the charges if you need to, and yeah, he nukes him. Not in a single special 2. I'm not quite sure why my special 2 seems to be doing less damage against Sentinel. Maybe the physical resistance. But yeah, he's very good for this fight as well. By the way, Massacre's incinerates do very good damage themselves. So if you want to spam special 1s, you can go that route. But of course, the special 2 rotation is faster. Last fight of the video, fellas. This is a arcade. I just wanted to show you that Massacre, great against Incinerate immune champions, if that wasn't already obvious by Onslaught, who isn't Incinerate immune. He's Incinerate resistance before that one nerd guy in the comments tells me, I know bro, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. But basically when your opponent is Incinerate immune, you'll deal bursts of damage on your basic attacks instead. It will cost you some damage off your special 2 because, as I mentioned, the Incinerates make the special 2 hit harder. But he's still pretty damn good against Incinerate immune champions. But that's the end of the video, fellas. You know what to do. Support the channel, leave a like and all that stuff. See you in the next one.